Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to today, new day of the week, Monday, April 18, 2022, 9 a.m. sharp, New York time, less than 30 minutes for the market to open and getting ready for a new day, new week, and trying to figure out what will be the next move on the market. So I hope that you all had a great 3-day weekend. With time to digest a little bit the craziness that we had last month, also the first half of April. And now let's see where we are and where we can go from here. So as an overview and on the pre-market session, we are watching right now NASDAQ. NASDAQ is down 0.4% this morning, SP 500 down 0.3%, and the Dow is down 0.2% early in the session, giving a nice follow-through continuation from the Thursday, last day of last week, on a reversal sell out of the gate early in the morning. Reversal sell from the top and pushing back and closing at the lows, and very nice follow-through continuation for the downside. The big question is now what the hell is going to happen? So if we look if you look into the daily chart, what we have right now, we have the pretty much the March low. We had a big huge move printing a high on this bull run. Then we printed a lower high. From lower high, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. So we are pretty much making lower highs, lower lows. We are below the 8 and 21-day moving average, and we gave back more than half of the move from the March bull run. But we are right now retesting, we are right now retesting the breakout zone here from March. So the big question that we have in front of us is if this breakout that once was a resistance now becomes a support, if this support is going to hold or not. So what I'll be looking today and looking for the intraday chart. If you look for the intraday chart, we are here holding for now, printing a kind of a channel, and I want to see if NASDAQ is able to go from red to green, giving here an oversold bounce, and the size of the bounce will give clues on what's next. If first we need on NASDAQ and the rest of the market to hold the lows on the pre-market, go from red to green, and if we go from red to green, what are the levels? First, is half of last Thursday candle, going into the middle of the range. Above that, we have the 8-day moving average. Above that, we have Thursday and Wednesday highs, and we have 21-day moving average. So, is this bullish or bearish? Really, on the short term, things do not go straight down or straight up. We have bounces, we have pullbacks on the way. So I will only be bullish on the market if NASDAQ and the SP 500 goes above the 8 and 21-day moving average and start making higher highs and higher lows. Not the case for now. So for the bull case, if bulls really want it, first they need to hold these morning lows, and from these morning lows we need to go back above the 8 21-day moving average for the bull case. Then we can look for some swing longs, looking for a continuation and trying to break above March highs. Is that going to happen? No clue. So and we are seeing right now that NASDAQ is trying to bounce. So what I'll be looking? I'll be looking for the leaders, This week we are going to have Netflix, we are going to have Tesla earnings, the big ones with Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Nvidia. Those will come next week. But I'll be looking, for example, for Apple. Apple, I got caught on last week on Thursday, out of the gate. I was looking here for a possible breakout above 121. I got some calls. Boom, got killed. Pretty much the stop got hit. happens, part of trading. But we flip into some nice shorts with some nice puts on some of the names close a bit too soon. They more than double into the end of the day, actually more than triple. So congratulations for those that held the short. But on Apple, it was one of those that I got caught. Also on Disney, got some nice cash flow on Disney playing for a breakout attempts, but it was rejected. So you flip gears. What I want to see now, Apple is gapping down 165. It's right now at 164.8. I want to see if it's able to push back above 165. If it fills the gap at 165 and if it holds, it can bounce and go all the way into 168, 169. But for the bull case, needs above 170 and needs to go above 171.27, going to fill the gap at 174. Is that going to happen? Honestly, considering the action that we saw on last Thursday, it does not seem so. We have some room for downside. If it breaks down below 164, the next biggest level 160, and from there we will reevaluate what the hell they are going to do next. Don't forget that Apple is going to have earnings next week, so also let's see if we can have a pre-move ahead of earnings. It will be on my watch. AMD is exactly the same. AMD has been very weak. Last week they tried the bounce. I played the bounce a little bit, got my cash flow closed, and it was the wise thing to do because on Thursday, big bearish reversal and engulfing day, pretty much engulf off the day and make new lows on the week. Right now, gapping down 92.9, we are at 92.30, so down 60 cents around. I want to see if it's able to fill the gap at 92.9. If it bounces, it can find some selling here at 95, above that 98. When I'll be bullish, I will only be bullish once again on AMD if it goes and stays above $100. Otherwise, bear still in control for now. Below 92, we have $90 as the next logical level, but that's something that I will be looking. Other name that I'll be looking is Boeing. Why? Boeing actually last week had a nice run, 1, 2, 3 days bounce. It stalled exactly where it should, 21-day moving average. It printed a reversal sell on Thursday, okay? It failed at 185, it was rejected at 185. I want to see if it's able today, it's at 182 right now. If it breaks down below 180, it can give it all back. We have 175, 173, below that 170. But if it goes above last week highs, it can try to squeeze above 185.5. So Boeing, it will be also a focus today. Baba, it has been nice. 2 weeks ago, I basically, when it break down below 110, I said you can swing short for a move below $100. Right now it's a 93, so from 110 all the way into 93. Well done. If you are short, keep trimming your profits on the shorts, gapping down this morning from 95. I want to see if 93 is able to hold. If it holds and it bounce, can fill the gap at 95. And if it breaks down below 93, you have 90, but don't forget that we have a gap to fill all the way into $80. We have March lows at 73, so yeah, we have lots of room for downside. But if you are short, keep trimming your shorts. Congratulations, it's working very well, that swing short. Facebook, it will be also on focus. Why? Earnings next week. We have been on this move. One of the things I said, I'm not buying this move on Facebook. We have been fading the moves on Facebook. Printed a reversal sell here 2 weeks ago, gap and go. Last week rejected again at 28 and 21-day moving average. So yeah, it's keeping the bear case pretty much intact for now. Gapping down a little bit below 210. I want to see if it's able to fill the gap at 210. I will only be a little more bullish on Facebook if for some miracle goes above 218, 220. Otherwise, it should fade below 210. We have 205, $200, and we have a gap to fill at 192. I will only be very bullish for a short squeeze if for some miracle goes above 225 for a gap to fill at 231. But we need to see it. IWM, it will be a focus. It's down today, but down small. I want to see printed a bearish reversal candle on Thursday. Not able to fill the gap at 202.5. almost filled the gap, but shorts pushed the envelope down, going below the 20 and the 8-day moving average, closing at the lows, gapping down a little bit this morning. I want to see 198 is my line in the sand. So if 198 holds, it can bounce $200 big level, $202 the next big level, and I will only be bullish above $202. Otherwise, it's a fade on the bounce at 199, $200, above that $202. It's a fade in my opinion, and below 198 is the trigger for the short. We have a gap to fill at 195.7, so something in my opinion to keep on watch. JP Morgan, I will be looking for the financials. Financials reported earnings last week. JP Morgan last week, Goldman Sachs, and some other names. I will be looking. Gap down and printing new lows, 125 right now, showing a little bit relative strength, not gapping down. So I want to see if it's able to hold 125. If it holds 125 and if it goes above 128, it can try to fill the gap at 130. Otherwise, below 125, roll over into 122, the first level, and below that 120, also on focus. Microsoft, it will be also on focus. Why? Because next week it's going to report also earnings. And after breaking down here below 310, it has printing lower highs, lower lows. It's gapping down a little bit this morning. It was lower this morning. I want to see if 279 is going to hold. If it holds, can bounce 282, 285 levels, in my opinion, to sell. Above that, 288. I will only be bullish for an oversold bounce and a short squeeze if it goes above 290 as a gap to fill it to 96. Not out of the equation, but right now the ball on the bear camp. But bears needs below 280, keep price below 280 to try to go to 75 to 70. Those are the next biggest levels ahead if it breaks down below 280. So keeping on watch. Nvidia has been very weak last Thursday. Once again, the semis have been very weak. Basically, it gave back and some more the March bull run, all the way up, all the way down. So right now back into the March levels. I want to see if it's able to hold above the March levels. 206 on Nvidia right now, 211. 211 is the support. If it breaks down below 210, you have 206, 205, and let's see if it's able to make new lows for the year. But they have been selling the rips. Last week I was looking for a possible gap filling at $230. They reject price at 227, okay, and push it down right now to 11. I want to see if it's able to give an oversold bounce, but right now the ball on the bear camp. Looking for the cubes, exactly the same thing, and the action is basically all over the place. It's gapping down a little bit this morning. 338 is the gap. I want to see if it's able to hold 337. If it holds 337, can fill the gap at 338. We have 340 first level, above that 342, and I will only be bullish on the cubes if it goes above 347. That will put price above Thursday highs, fill the gap at 348.5 and go into 350. Okay. Otherwise, if it breaks down below 337, okay, below 337, if it goes, we have 335, 330, lots of room, okay, lots of room for a downside all the way into 330 if they want to push the envelope down. So also it will be on focus. SPY, exactly the same thing, all over the place. So last week they push down, they push on the next day up, gap down once again. So we flipping from red to green and back to the red. And this morning we are gapping down, not much, but gapping down 437.6. I want to see first, will 437 going to hold? If it holds, it can push the up, fill the gap at 437.6. Above that we have 440, we have 444 as the biggest level, and we can keep here the range flipping from red to green and on oversold bounces, and keeping the range here between 437 and 445. Is that going to happen? No clue. I need to see it. But if it breaks below 437, you have 435, and below that can go ugly for a retest here all the way into 430 or even lower. So also a focus trade. Tesla, it will be a focus this week. Not looking for a trade because it's going to report earnings this week on Wednesday after the market close. But that can give us some clues on what the hell they are going and how the sentiment is going. It printed an inside action on Thursday, okay? Bulls needs above 126, 130 to fill the gap at 1087. Bears needs below 973 to go all the way below $900. What is going to happen? Especially going into earnings events, I don't like to flip coins. It's binary events. I've seen it all. I've seen it blow out earnings report, but during the conference call, someone said something and the stock plummet. The same thing that the stock plummet after the earnings, but people start looking that's a good buy opportunity and it goes back into the green and skyrocket up. So it's always a flip a coin event. I don't like to flip coins, I like to trade price, but Tesla, I will be watching closely going into Wednesday to see if the bulls are able to push above 1030 and squeeze it higher. That can put some short squeeze pressure on the market. But if they sell it and push below 973, that can get ugly. The market should go weak into earnings, and that can put some pressure on the short. So some pressure to the long. So something to keep on watch, just as a gauge sentiment, okay? Not looking the options, premium it's pretty much insane going into earnings, so not pushing any trade here. Twitter, it will be a focus. Twitter has been giving us very nice cash flow. We have been playing from long to short, very nice cash flow. Right now at $1.40 above the Thursday close. Right now, big range between $44 and $48. I want to see if it's able to print here some inside action. Otherwise, bull case only above 49, bear case below 44. Don't forget that we have a gap to fill 38. Keeping Twitter on watch as a possible cash flow trade. It's going to report earnings next week, also to keep on watch, but to see if it has some kind of pre-earnings movement, it will be also on focus. So overall, and going back into NASDAQ is bouncing from the lows, and that's exactly what I'll be looking. Is NASDAQ able to push from red to green? And if they push from red to green, they can push here and print a reversal buy. First supply zone is half of the Thursday candle. Above that we have the 8, we have the 8 movinhos, we have Thursday and Wednesday highs as a big level, and I will only be bullish if for some miracle goes above that. Otherwise, if they push it back below, okay, below the support line, if they push it, can roll over, it has lots of room for downside going to the March lows. Can that happen? It happened on Nvidia, okay, so it happened on Nvidia gone all the way into the March lows, okay. It happened to AMD that it's even below March lows. So I'll be looking if some other names, I'll be looking for Apple, is still way above $15 above the March lows, lots of room for downside. I want to see if they hold here and push higher. If they push above 171, that can go bullish. Otherwise, below that, lots of room for downside. All below 160, that can happen. So keeping those names on watch, trying to play safe. Lots of trades, especially during the earnings season. Lots of portfolio managers trying to adapt and trying to adjust their portfolios, and that's where we look for clues. If they are bullish, they will buy ahead of earnings. Careful with the moves that are already priced in, okay? So right now on AMD going to earnings, a lot of the move is already priced in my opinion. So next week it will be hard. It can go down, yes, of course, but we can have oversold bounces ahead of next week earnings. So that's also a possible scenario, an oversold bounce on AMD, on Nvidia ahead of the earnings. That's exactly what I'll be looking for, some pre-earnings moves this week ahead of big tech names going to report next week, okay? So it's early in the week, it's only Monday. Let's be a little bit patient. Most of the European markets are closed today, so be patient. Let's try to figure out what is the liquidity today, where they are going to put the money to work, if we can get some moves, but don't risk too much. Play wisely, play safe. It's only Monday, and let's see how it will go the rest of the week. With this said, I would like to thank you all for watching this 9 a.m. briefing from Monday to Friday. Please subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video, so I'll keep doing it from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. sharp. Trying 20-minute session on the day, trying to help the traders community, giving the levels, my perspective, and trying to help on your trading. And see you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp, 9 a.m. briefing. Stay tuned. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.